or on their Facebook page. Thank you for listening to Harmony Missionary Baptist Church. Tune in every Sunday morning for Morning Manna at 7 a.m. and Sunday evening at 6 p.m. on KEST 1450 and on the web at kestradio.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the One More Time broadcast. Again, we're grateful to God that He's brought us together again one more week. And tonight, as we begin this, I believe, 31st week of this shelter in place and this quarantine and fighting this COVID-19, we're grateful. We've made it to the first Sunday of November. Actually, not only the first Sunday of November, but here it is, the 1st of November. I hope you all remember to turn your clocks back and that you haven't been late today because time did change, if you will. And we are honored tonight to have, if you will, some really special guests with us as we are always on kestradio.com, 1450 AM on the dial. And we are live on Facebook, Perkins Thoughts, and we are live on YouTube. And tonight I am excited to have our guests with us on this evening as we are preparing for this Voters Week coming up on November 3rd, and we'll talk about that a little later. But let me introduce to you our guest tonight. I am happy to present to the One More Time broadcast the Cobbs family tonight, the fragrance of our church, if you will, the Harmony Church, 4113 Telegraph Avenue in the city of Oakland. Lady Cobbs is on the line with us on Zoom, Facebook with us tonight. And not only Lady Cobbs, but Dr. Yvonne Cobbs, the oldest daughter. And then we have uh, we have Bishop Cobbs, who is resting because he hasn't had a lot of sleep. And then last but never not least, the one and only Elizabeth Cobbs is sharing with us tonight. And listen, to our listening audience, please do us the great joy of wishing Lady Cobbs a happy birthday today. Today is her birthday, and she's going to share with us just some history pertaining to voting and different things she possibly experienced while coming from that great city called New Orleans. They pronounce it a different way when you're from the actual city, so I know I said it wrong, but we'll get there later. But and let me not forget, if you will, my co-host, you know, if Laverne had Shirley, if Skarsky had Hutch, if Tonto had the Lone Ranger, y'all know how it goes. If Fred had Lamont, man, Batman got to have Robin. I'm grateful to have Pastor Curtis Robinson online with us tonight, as always. Pastor Robinson, say hello to the listening audience tonight, if you will.
All right. Hello to all my friends out there in Facebook land and kestradio.com, 1450 on your AM dial. I'm here hanging out with my man. I'll call him Batman. He's the senior pastor of the Harmony Missionary Baptist Church of Oakland, California. My man, Dr. A.L. Perkins. And again, it's just so great to be here with the progenitors of the Harmony Missionary Baptist Church. And again, to Mother Cobb, happy birthday. And you look simply beautiful this evening.
And we want to at least give them the opportunity to say hello tonight. And so, Lady Cobbs, will you say hello to the listening audience? And then after Lady Cobbs, Dr. Cobbs, and then, of course, Elizabeth Cobbs. Just say hello to the listening audience.
Hello, everyone. Hello, how you all doing? And thank you for wishing me a happy birthday.
Dr. Cobbs.
Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Cobb. Stay safe, stay healthy, and boost your immune system.
And then Sister Elizabeth Cobb. I'm trying to tell you tonight.
Hi, everyone. I'm Elizabeth Cobbs from Providence Baptist Church, Bishop A.L. Cobbs. And I'm here with my family.
Amen. And of course, we give a shout out to Bishop Cobbs, who has been doing a great work in the city of Richmond, Providence Baptist Church. And I know he's been very busy the past few nights doing great things in the community of Richmond. And so I pray he's getting rest. So here we are tonight. Here it is. And we'll get get to it a little later in the show. But here we are. This is week 31 of this pandemic that we all have been experiencing. And I just would love to hear from the three of you, starting with Lady Cobbs, of course. Lady Cobbs, when the pandemic first hit, how did that affect you? How did you deal with that when we got word that it hit, and then when we saw that it caused the nation, the world to shut down? How did you deal with that upon just receiving that information?
Well, I just did what the doctors said to do.
Mm-hmm.
I stayed in and I didn't let anybody in the house too much unless they were safe. And they had to spray down before they got in. You know, my children, what I'm talking about. Other people, even now, they're not invited, you know, because my health is worth a lot. God has given me this, and it's up to me to take care of my health. And if I know something is going to help me, I should not take and you know, avoid doing it. So if they say to quarantine, I'm going to quarantine. And that I have one here laughing at me, but that's okay. She know how it is when she come in from work. She has to take and spray down, go upstairs and take a shower, put her clothes in a bag or whatever.
So you
and keep a distance until I know she's clean. Okay, so I mean that's the way I'm dealing with it, to be safe.
To be safe.
I wear a mask.
Mm-hmm.
I go out in the backyard. I go out in the front yard. I wear my mask.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm safe.
Right.
Because God says I'm safe.
Well,
I'm not worried about man so much. I'm worried about what God, he's, you know.
That's right.
Gave me the sense. Gave me good sense.
Okay.
And I need to follow it.
And we want to make sure that when Elizabeth comes to the house.
My children laugh at me because of the way I say it, but I mean it. And they know I mean it.
No, I believe
anybody coming by the house won't come in. You know, because I have underlying symptoms. And I'm not going to aggravate it.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. And we just
I'm asthmatic, and I don't mind saying it, you know. But, you know, you take care of yourself.
That's right.
I tell anybody, take care of yourself if you know you got a problem.
That's right.
Okay. Dr.
Cobbs.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm not allowed. You know, I'm on front line. That's out. So I'm on the front line at my job, and I'm with patients. But the thing is, COVID doesn't come in through the patients; it comes in through staff. What I've noticed, and it's people not being honest about when they're sick or when they're not feeling well, and then they come in and they infect everybody else. So I can see where you're talking about not being honest. And with me, I would not even go to my mom's house because I don't know what I've been exposed to. And I take a chance all the time, you know, because we don't know. And I've had to be tested twice because people have brought it in, but thank God I've been negative. And all I can say is the way I deal with it is sometimes I don't want to go to work. It gets hard to go there because I'm putting not only myself in danger, but I'm also putting my family, my husband in danger, and the people whoever's around me. So sometimes I don't even want to go, but I know that I have a service, I have a job to do, and it's a service to the people, not only the service to the people. God gave me the knowledge and the will to serve people, and I have an obligation to God, and I have an obligation to the people, and that's why I just push and go and take care of my patients to the best of my ability. But like I said, a lot of the COVID doesn't come in through the patients that I'm serving every day. It comes in through staff and people they're not honest. They go out partying and stuff and they're just not honest. And they don't feel good. And then they come to me. I'm like, don't come to me. Stop at my office. No, put your mask, make sure you have a mask on. You coughing, you don't feel good, you need to go home. And so, I mean, it gets hard, but I just push through. I've been pushing through these 31 or 30, however many weeks this is. But now I have a broken leg, so I don't have to push through nothing. I'm sitting here with my leg up. So that's how I'm dealing with COVID. I can't go outside. I can't go nowhere because I'm stuck. I got 50 minutes. I'm serious. I got 50 minutes where my leg have to be up and 10 minutes that I can walk. And then that's it. And I got so that ain't I can't wait till this is over.
I understand. Sister Elizabeth Cobbs, could you share how this affected you when this COVID first hit? If you would, ma'am, please. Thank you so much.
Well, with me, I was blessed to be able to work from home for one job. So soon as the CDC shut the hospital down for my first job, we were issued laptops and I was able to work from home. So I'm working from home, thank God for that. And just make sure I'm masked up, gloved up, and just follow all CDC, issue what they tell us to do. And what my mom said is very true. Come home, you got to spray down. I wouldn't dare go upstairs because she's usually upstairs. So I thank God we got 2 showers. So I handle my business downstairs and then I go up and speak to her. So that's how we deal with it.
Yeah. She don't want to.
It's routine now.
You don't go by the water. You got to go by the water.
That's right. You got to be dipped.
Got to be dipped. That's a popular song in the My soul got another dip. You get dipped every day. Well, listen, here it is. We are privileged, and I'll let my co-host take a couple, if you will. Pastor Robinson, go ahead if you would, sir.
Thank you very much, Pastor Perkins. So I was listening to our medical people that are on this line tonight. I think it's very, very helpful that they are on this line tonight.
All right, put your phone on mute.
My phone on mute.
Yeah.
All right.
There we go.
Yeah, it's good that we have these medical people on this phone, on this call tonight, right? Because I'm here, Dr. Cobbs, and I'm looking at I'm at the WHO website, World Health Organization, right? And people are getting tired, what they call COVID tired or COVID fatigue. And I love what Mother Cobbs said. I'm ready to put Mother Cobbs on staff with Dr. Anthony Fauci because she's like, this is how it is, and this is how it's gonna be. And she said, even my children, right? Because I just think that she understands the gravity of the matter, the gravity of it. But we had 99,000 people that tested positive on today.
Wow.
As of today. And 1,000 people dead as of today. So as a person on the inside that sees what's coming, and I feel for you and I'm praying for you because I know it has to be wearing on you both mentally and physically. Hey, puppy. What more do you think we should expect, in the coming days? And let's just say in Alameda County.
So there's two things going on right now, flu and COVID. They're pushing the flu vaccine because of the hospital's capacity of not being able to handle both the flu, the people who have flu and who are hospitalized and need ventilators, and the people who have COVID who are hospitalized and need ventilators. So if you think about it, the combination of COVID and the flu together, you might not survive because both of them attacks your lungs, and you wind up with pneumonia. And if you have underlying conditions like diabetes, hypertension, cancer, asthma, COPD, HIV, anything that is lupus, anything that's an autoimmune disease, then you are at high risk of dying pretty much because your body cannot fight like a younger person or someone who do not have underlying conditions. So the combination of both of them, that's why they're saying, get your flu shot, get your flu shot, get your flu shot, get your flu shot. Some hospitals, you cannot work if you haven't had your flu shot by November the 2nd. You will not be working there or working on any of their campuses. So all employees had to get flu vaccinations. They're encouraging people who have underlying conditions and others to get flu vaccine because flu and COVID, I believe it just don't mix. So that's what's happening. And you're going to hear high numbers. More people die from the flu than COVID. So the nation of this is going to be, this is a flu season. You got to take care of yourself, boost your immune system. The mask will protect you because usually both are by sputum, the help me with the droplet transmission. So the mask will help protect against some of that, and washing your hands protects. We have soap still on the shelves. So my thing is wash your hands. Keep your hands out of your face. Men who have beards, quit touching your face. I know it's hard. Get your hand out of your face, Pastor Perkins.
And help yourself, brother. Help yourself. The doctor's on the line right now. People are talking about sister.
It's just we have to just be smart. Just good hand hygiene. Good hand hygiene. Wash your hands. Everything had gotten off the shelves except for soap. So that people wasn't washing their hands. Wow. The Lysol was gone. The towelettes was gone. The toilet paper was gone, but soap was on the shelf. People wash your hands. So, and Lysol is good, but you need to wash your hands. And then hand sanitizer is not going to do it all the time because you're also getting rid of the good bacteria. And then it cracks your hands and you get a secondary infection because you're not washing your hands and you keep putting stuff on there. You need to wash your hands. So I hope I answered your question.
You did. I want to talk some more because I believe you got some more to talk about that. I want to ask another common question. Now, I remember, so my mother and my aunt came out here along with my uncle and my father from Louisiana and Alabama, right? And so my uncle was the late Reverend O'Neill Young, used to pastor St. Luke Baptist Church in Richmond, California, right? But they used to talk about your husband. When they said he was from Chicago, he came out here and he was a quartet singer, right? And they said that Dr. Cobbs would come out. Well, this was before he was Dr. Cobbs, right? But even before he started preaching, it was real clear that he had a serious gift on him. Could you talk about that a little bit, Mother Cobbs?
Okay, my husband, Pastor Albert L. Cobb Sr. is from Mississippi.
From Mississippi, okay.
Not Chicago. His uncle was in Chicago, Clarence Cobbs.
Okay.
But when he came out here, he sang with, the groups out here. And then from there, he was called to preach.
Okay.
And so he was called to pastor. And he said pastoring was different than singing. God called him to pastor. Yeah. So he did not go out there and sing with the groups anymore on, like every Sunday or whatever. Mm-hmm. But he sang praises unto God. That's, and the church grew. God blessed the ministry because family worked together. We were a together family. And we could do anything in the church that needed to be done. And God blessed that because we didn't want any. Huh?
We lived at
What'd
the
you
church.
say?
She said,
We lived there.
Well, I mean, hey, we had to do what we needed to do. And that was key.
That's what's up.
Interested in following the Lord. And it was a job to try to really keep people interested in following the Lord, because a lot of times they wanted to do what they wanted to do and follow people. But it was always say, follow God as I follow God. Follow me as I follow the Lord. And that was his main thing. He would never tell you to follow him, but he said, follow me as I follow the Lord. Now, if he's not doing what God say, turn him loose, just kick him, get on the side. But the family was working together.
Child labor laws.
You know what?
Lord Jesus.
Yo,
I'm gonna tell you, she's saying
come
all
on,
this.
throwing shade on mom, man.
No, she's saying all this. It's real. We worked. We worked at that church.
I was
downstairs was flooded. We had a
secretarial work.
mimeograph.
I had them doing bulletins and stapling. Elizabeth wouldn't do it. Yvonne would do it. She would help me.
Elizabeth didn't do it. What did Elizabeth do?
Somersaults.
Somersaults up and down the aisle.
She was good at some things, but certain things was not her task. So we didn't encourage her to do it. But
okay.
My son played the music. He started out on drums. Then after the drums, he played piano. And then I showed him about the organ. He played the organ, and that gave me kind of release because I was working and trying to do everything at the church too. And I had my children. Well, we were like a circle.
Right.
And whatever the pastor needed, he didn't really have to depend on other folk to do it for him, because all he had to do, if they wouldn't do it, he knew we were going to do it. That's the way that went. So, I mean, it was a task, yes, but it was worthwhile. Don't you think, Yvonne? Yeah.
I'm going to tell y'all one story. The basement of the church used to flood when it rained. We down there in rain boots trying to make programs. God got
a mimeograph machine.
And we didn't have a Xerox machine. We had a mimeograph. Yes. I'm like, Lord.
And the carbon paper.
Boots on, rain boots. in the basement trying to make programs for the church.
See,
But God blessed it. He fixed it that we had the basement fixed. See,
right.
Praise
it
God.
really takes work. You have to work for things. You
We
have
worked.
to put on different, yes, yeah. And that's what we work towards. We work towards the basement.
That's right.
We work
That's
towards the new building. We work towards the doors and everything being fixed and all. We work towards painting the church. We work towards God's house first. He said God's house should always be better than his house. That was my pastor, my husband. Pastor Perkins, my pastor now. But my husband always thought that God's house was also always supposed to be better than his house. And so he kept it up, you know, and the people kept it up. Because if you're interested in something, the people will be interested in it,
Right.
you know, and sometimes people are lazy and they need a little lift. Yvonne, you know that's true. You have to lift them.
Well,
Yeah,
I
It's just
don't
like
know.
your house.
I
your
just
mind.
know. I just know I lived at the church Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Sometimes we had shut-ins. I think the shut-ins was so that we wouldn't have to go home.
So,
We
so
killing your mother, child.
shut-ins.
literally what y'all saying is that y'all were some drug babies. Y'all got drugged to church.
We didn't get
Every
drugged to church.
Every time the doors open,
We weren't drugged to church. We weren't drugged. We
That was
had,
already-
we had no choice.
had no
There
choice.
was no drugging or anything. You walk in you just come on and go into church. Just come on.
If you can't find your shoe, you just go on one shoe.
One
One
shoe on.
You know, kids hide their
Let's go.
shoes. Kids hide their shoes.
Say
And
Elizabeth.
they don't want to go somewhere, they hide their shoes.
Elizabeth.
And they'll give one shoe.
So I guess
Yes,
the
ma'am.
question is, who went to church with
One shoe. And you
Elizabeth.
have to tell them you going to church with one shoe.
One shoe, Lord.
You know, but see, I'm a New Orleans person, and that's what we were strict in. You had to go to church.
Say it
Whether
again.
you can do whatever, but on Sunday, that's the Lord's Day. But they
But now-
claiming every day was Lord's
We
Day.
couldn't do
so-
no whatever.
You hear what she said? She
Mother
said
Cobb.
we didn't do whatever.
We couldn't do no whatever.
No, you did what was right.
Can you say that word again? The city
we-
that you came from. The city you came from.
Oh,
New Orleans.
she said New Orleans.
New Orleans.
No,
Not no old New Orleans or whatever.
no,
New Orleans.
Orleans.
See,
no,
those natives say it the right way. They'll say it.
No,
the
no.
right.
We say New Orleans.
See, that's the
New
right.
Orleans, Louisiana.
You got it now. Go ahead, child. What parish? My mother was born in Morehouse
I'm
Parish.
from the 7th Ward.
Oh, yeah? All right.
The 7th Ward. Right up above St. Bernard Avenue.
Okay.
That's where the trolley runs.
Between Paul and Miro. My
Lord,
father had a
yes.
grocery store,
Okay.
Vance Grocery.
yes, Lord.
I tell you the whole history. I was right down the street from Belina C. Jones School. And Reverend Clark can tell you, Reverend Clark used to come to my dad's store. He'll tell you what he did.
C.A.W. Clark? The late
Yeah,
C.A.W.
that's-
Clark?
Bishop Clark.
Bishop Clark.
Okay,
Clark.
Bishop Clark. Okay.
Keith Clark. Yeah.
Keith
Uh-huh.
No,
Bishop Keith
no.
Clark. Yes.
CAW can't tell us nothing.
He's
right
New
now.
Orleans too.
He's
Yeah.
from New Orleans too, that's right.
But I've been out here longer than I have been in New Orleans though.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, listen, we're going to take a quick break real
Yep.
quick. Jose, take us out for a quick break, and we'll be right back. Jose?
Ms. D Productions, Media Services
All right.
More, the client focus.
Doing great. It's going great. We halfway through the first
Right
hour.
on.
This is comical. What?
So
You
I have
didn't
to
do no
ask
work.
Elizabeth
That's
a
what
question.
happened. You didn't do no work. Why you didn't do no work, Elizabeth?
I have to ask her a question. Elizabeth, what
Because
question
they
should I
banned
ask
me.
you? No, they didn't.
They banned me.
No.
No
Pastor
summer.
Burton asked me a
No,
question.
he did tell you. What's your question?
Elizabeth, what question would you like me to ask you?
Well, nothing.
I can't ask
You
a
don't have
question
to
about
ask me
nothing.
anything.
So, Elizabeth, how
You
do you
just
feel
say
about
what you want to
nothing?
hear. I don't know.
How do you, tell us, how do you feel about nothing?
Look, I'm the background person.
She asked, like, I feel very much about nothing. Like, what?
It's all right.
I feel very enough.
I got some
Look,
questions for her.
look, there's a chain of action here. Everything goes through the oldest. So it goes through the oldest, then the middle, then the baby. By the time it gets to me, it's already done.
Already done it.
Already done.
All right.
But no, if you have something, seriously, if you have something to ask, just ask.
All right. I will.
Yeah, we don't mind.
I don't.
You know.
So, okay, there we go. So, but you work in the medical profession too, right?
In registration, yeah.
All right. I want to talk about that. All right. Seriously. I have a friend who's the chief of emergency at UCSF. And, you know, he told us a long time ago, man, get your flu shots, get your flu shots, get your flu shots, get your flu shots. But I asked you a question, like, how do you think the Bay Area is handling this COVID?
They're not paying. I mean, hey, I can tell you from.
Oh, don't answer it now. Don't answer it now. Don't answer it.
Work, but I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, you can tell me about the other. I mean, you're a professional, so you see it inside and outside. You know, I got some relatives in Pritchard. I don't know what's wrong with them. They run around there in Pritchard, Alabama, ain't wearing no shirt. I'm like, ain't wearing no mask. I'm like, oh, go ahead. Just a COVID smorgasbord, huh? Like, man, Lord have mercy.
It's not a funny thing. I just smile at everything. That's all.
Join them at www.harmony.org.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us again tonight on the One More Time broadcast, brought to you by the Harmony Church, 4113 Telegraph Avenue, great city of Oakland. And we are excited tonight to have our featured guest, the Cobbs family, with us. Lady Cobbs, fragrance of our church, Dr. Yvonne Cobbs, minister of music, and then Elizabeth Cobbs, who's a member of the Providence Baptist Church of Richmond, California, Bishop A.L. Cobbs Jr. We have been having a great discussion tonight. And I wanted to, and also we wanted to give kudos and say happy birthday again to Lady Cobbs on the Lord bless her another birthday. And so to our listening audience, you that are listening, feel free to chime into the comments to wish Lady Cobbs a happy birthday. And in a few minutes, about 7:01, we'll take some questions from you. I want to, I don't know if a lot of people know, but I'm the current pastor of the Harmony Church. I thank God for 4 years. And let me tell you something. I am blessed to be able to say that I had no idea that Lady Cobbs was a strong Sunday school teacher. Let me tell you something, listening audience. This woman can flat out teach the word. And that's the question that I really want to pose to Lady Cobbs tonight. What got you so strong in the word to be such a strong teacher? Because you can flat out teach. And I'm not going to say what other quote unquote pastors' wives can do, because in the Bible is not one of them. But I'm grateful to God that you are a strong teacher and you know how to handle that book. What was your influence to get you to teaching Sunday school, and what's carried you through to have that passion?
Well, I've been in church ever since I was 8 years old. I accepted Christ. From there to the Sunday school. Sunday school allowed me to play music in the Sunday school, the songs, the hymns. But I was taught by a good teacher in Sunday school, and they pushed me to teaching the little kids. And as I grew with prayer and reading the Bible, reading the word, understanding the word, what the word says. If I didn't understand it, I had someone to go to that would explain it to me. And that's why I believe in explaining stuff to people, because a lot of times they really don't understand. And the thing is, I believe if they understood, they would do better. And so you have to break the word down that a small child can understand in teaching. And I use songs too, because songs of the church need to stay there. We need to remember Jesus keep me near the cross. We need to remember lead me to Calvary. We need to remember what a friend we have in Jesus. Those are the pillows of the church, the solid things. And Father, I stretch my hands to our children don't even know how to pray. The parents don't teach their children how to pray. Very few parents teach their children how to pray now. Very few parents want to pray. You call them in church to pray, Pastor, and see how many will pray out openly.
Right.
You know, sometimes I've gotten accused for praying too long. But you know, sometimes I need that, and I have to realize, hey, you praying before people, like Yvonne told me, and Mama, we thought you was ending, but you started all over again. So I have to take criticism as well as be endowed with whatever God has given me. And I use it to God's glory, because I want him to get the glory and for people to feel really what I'm saying. Because God is the only thing, he's the only one going to bring us out of this situation. God is the only one. The church, if they really, really serious, I'm talking about true believers in Christ Jesus. And if you're serious about it and you pray on the situation, that God would give us a good government, that God would give us someone that is after his own heart, not a liar, not somebody making up fairy tales, but somebody with the truth. God will do it. Whatever you ask, he will do, because he said he would. He said, ask in my name and I'll do it. So that's what I firmly believe on. I believe that reaching people, I love people, and I love to talk to people to find out what's in them, how they feel about something. And if I could help them to get over the situation, I try my level best, you know, because God wants us to help each other. We're here for a reason and a purpose, and we're not here forever and a long time. And God wants us to help one another. And that's the only way we can live. Only way we can live, helping one another. Just because I may have this or may have that, that don't mean a thing. Things are temporal. Things will not last. Look at the fire, what it's done.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Look at the hurricane, what it's done. It won't last. God is the only thing that will last. Thank you, Pastor Perkins. I just got touched. Somebody touched my foot and told me it's time.
I wonder who was that?
Lord, you don't know when to give up. You know,
it's her birthday.
That's just like voting.
Listen. Let me.
Just like voting.
Let me.
You know, you got to vote your conviction.
Right.
Get out there and vote.
That's right. And I'm glad you just said that. Get out there and vote because
Yeah, we went through hell to vote. Excuse expressions. They say you can't go through hell. But hey, we went through hard times to get a vote. People had to take and go into the polls. And they could not register to vote because half of them could not read. They could not, they could write a little bit and everything. So they taught school in the churches, taught how to vote in the churches. Rock of Ages Baptist Church, St. Peter Baptist Church, in New Orleans. They had I have all of that. The register vote, would you vote for? The first ones where they gave us a test and you had to know the preamble to the Constitution in order to fill that test out. Wow. How many old people knew the preamble to the Constitution? So what we did, we went in, we had smart people and they could memorize. And they memorized the test. Page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4. And put it together, taught it in the churches. People knew how to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's only 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D. So all you had to do was circle. Number 1 is A, number 2 is C, number 3 is B. That's how they learn, And it was hard because fast as we got one thing straight, they pull another thing on us. Then they had desegregation. And that was horrible. Desegregation was horrible. We stand up there waiting for the bus and they'd throw eggs at us, tell us to go back to Africa. We know about Africa, And so therefore, it was a hard task. And if you vote in your conviction, your voice. Vote is your voice. If you don't vote, you don't have a voice. You're not a first-class citizen. They can send you anywhere they want to send you, and you can't vote and say, I can't go. But if you have that vote, that one vote may count. People say, my vote don't count. Oh, yes, it do. That's your voice. Your vote is your voice. And if you don't vote, after all of this we went through, you need to take and think about it. You're a first-class citizen. You can vote. You can even vote for who you want to be in there. Your choice of campaigning and everything. Whoever's campaigning, they want your vote.
Right.
And we always didn't take money or nothing, but we wanted scholarships. That's what we wanted. Scholarships for our people, grants for our people. And they promised it and they delivered. And I thank God for that. So I'm sorry I got off the subject, but that was it.
No,
voting is so important right now. That was
kind of rich.
Now that's very rich. What I know you had some documents that you want to share, Elizabeth. Are you capable of doing that right now? I think that'll be fitting.
Okay, I'm going to click off of this one and go where I can do the other one.
Sure. And while you're doing that, I'll just share to the listening audience. Lady Cobbs has just shared her passion and what she went through. Not taking nobody else's story, but her own personal story, what she went through. So we have some pictures that I'll let her explain as she pulls them up. Everybody will be able to.
Test.
Okay, you may not be able to see that. That's over 50 years old.
Can you click it?
So she says it's crooked.
No, can you click? No, click it.
Can I?
Yeah, she better click it and get bigger.
Okay, on there.
Can you see? Is that better?
It's still kind of small, but it's okay. We can see it though. It's fine.
Okay, on there it asks you questions. And the questions they want to know about the Constitution of the United States of America. And they want to know about that and everything. And you have to put that if the Constitution is for our nation can you give me my papers? Because I can't see it either. Let me see, put
It's
glasses
an
on,
old
maybe.
document, so
It's so old. I was 21 when I did this. So
Wow. That's still
So it's older than 50 years old, Mom.
yeah, and that paper is very fragile, so I had to.
okay. So this says applicants must answer correctly any 4 of the following 6 questions as to evidence of elemental knowledge of the Constitution and government, and attachment thereto, and the simple understanding of the obligations of citizenships under a regular Republican form of government. Now, these are questions they gave us, and it says the Constitution of the United States places the final authority in our nation in the hands of, and you're supposed to put the national courts, the states, or the people. Well, it's in the hands of the people. Okay? Limits are placed on the right to vote by the, and then they tell you 3, question. They ask you a question, then they tell you 3 answers: the state, the Congress, or the president. Well, it's put on by the states.
You can't go through all of them. There's too many.
Now, I'm not going to read all of it because they have quite a bit here. And they gave you different tests, but what we did in the churches and everything, my father and them did, the People's Defense League, they took the test, this test, and they took.
Sorry. Trying to, is that, can y'all see that? I mean.
Can you
Okay.
double click on it?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Can you double click on it?
No, it's either.
Okay, just take it off. And
I can go, no.
Okay.
Can you put the sample of the form that we did? The sample. Do you see the sample?
The pictures. Let me go back.
That's the campaign. Oh, how they campaign for candidates.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead.
I can't. I
just get
go through
some
the
pictures. Yeah. This is at the Register of Voters office where you go in and you're going to cast your ballot. So they sitting at the table waiting for the people to come in so they can put their name in the book and check their signatures. Okay. This is the church, St. Peter's Baptist Church. That's Reverend Wynn in New Orleans. That's my father on the left.
I can't hear. I can't see.
They have this application. It's the form of application for registration of Register of Voters. The first question they ask is.
Let me get to that screen. 1 second. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
No problem. No problem.
Oh, wait a minute. Turn back. Can you turn back one? The first. Yeah. Here's the first one at the poll to vote.
That's her dad.
That's your
So
dad.
he's telling you he voted. Okay. Look at the machines, though.
We
Check
can't.
the machine out.
You can't see it?
No, we can't see it.
No, we can't see it. We just see your files. We can't see the actual.
No, you can. They wouldn't let you take a picture of it.
No,
Okay.
no, we see it on
You
the
can get
computer.
rid
We
of
can't
that.
see it.
You can get rid of it. Take it off.
But maybe if you just explain it, Mom.
Okay. This is the
Okay.
one I want. Did you take the other side of it?
So you all can't see this at all?
We can see your file of pictures, but we
Can you
can't.
take-
Oh, but you can't see. Oh,
Can
Yeah.
you take the,
Yeah,
turn it on the right side?
no, they can't see it at all. You just have
No,
to explain it.
usually you just double click on the picture.
It pops up.
Yeah, it won't. Let me try it. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I don't think it's gonna let me do it. It's because of the way the file was saved. I can't do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Sorry.
now, on this one, they have the form, it's the application. And you put down, I am a citizen of the United States and the state of Louisiana. My name is, you put your name, you put your state, and the parish that you're from. I was from Orleans Parish. And on the such and such a day in the year, I am now, and they tell you how old you are.
Maybe you can hold it up. And
Okay, so this is the phone. I don't know if you can see it either, but
can you see it?
We can see it.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
okay, so they taught it in the churches, and I can explain it where we had to go into the different churches. That was before my time. That was in about 1940, 46, what I showed you the pictures of, 43, 46. But during my time, they gave us the questions. And we had to go into the poll, and they watched you to see if you were going to cheat. But the reason how the people passed was because on the test, we had it where the people could fill out A, B, C, which was like 1A, B, C, you know, and give them the number. Number one is A. You know how you cheat?
yeah.
But that wasn't cheating because they wasn't copying, you know.
Liz knew.
Yeah. So they had it in their head. I'm going to register to vote. And number one is A.
Right.
Number two is B.
Right.
It never changed. That's the only way they got a chance to vote because they could not read. A lot of our people in 1943, let's see, I was 4 years old, and I was saying the Pledge of Allegiance for the campaign when they opened up. And a lot of the people could not vote because they couldn't read, and they needed somebody to help them to vote. And so the pastors allowed the pastors allowed the preachers to open up their churches, certain preachers, not all of them, because all of them was afraid. Tell you like it is, they were scared. Mm-hmm. And so many of the preachers were so afraid. And so certain preachers that were bold, they opened up their churches, and the People's Defense League had class to teach the people how to vote, how to fill out the registration form, how to answer the question. And they had, just like regular school, you know, Reverend, where you teach in Bible study, mm-hmm. They taught it there. And the people started passing the tests. When they started passing the tests, then they changed the tests on us. And so, therefore, it was always an obstruction in our way, obstacle.
That's right.
But we still managed to vote. And voting was important because you have a voice. And no matter who you are, that person wants your vote. They want your vote. Your vote counts. So as many people vote, your vote counts. But if you don't vote, the wrong people get in most time because we feel my vote don't count. But your vote do count. And it makes you a first-class citizen. God says, render unto Caesar what's Caesar, and unto God what's God. So if you're going to render unto Caesar what's Caesar, how are you going to do it without voting? You don't have a voice. You need to vote. And that's the way it is, you know. And so all our young people need to know, if you are aged to vote, go out and vote. Register. All you have to do now is just sign your name. right? I don't know anything about now, but isn't that right? You go in and you sign your name, your address, and your preference,
Mother
right?
Cops, I voted 3 weeks ago. I got my ballot in the mail on October the 3rd. October the 4th, it was in the mail on its way to Martinez.
Mine too.
Amen.
Yeah, mine been in there.
Yes, ma'am.
I even got confirmation.
Yeah, I did too, right? Yeah. You could track it too.
So I mean, you got to use your head. The devil don't want you to vote. No, because it's too much like right. What is right? Be a first-class citizen. Go out there and cast your vote. You know, if I'm gonna use an analogy for y'all. Check it out.
Check it out.
It may not be good, but check it out. If two dogs are running, and you know they're both bad dogs, are you gonna take and stick your hand in the mouth of the dog that's gonna bite you the worst, or the one that look like he's kind of a little bit more timid? What you gonna do? You gotta vote for one of them, and you gotta stick your hand in one of them out. Which one you gonna get?
I want to get bit.
Are you gonna be chicken and say
I want the one to be that's a little timid. I don't want to get no tooth marks on my hand.
The one that I feel that's not, yeah, the one that's not after you, always barking at you, jumping at you. But the one that, yeah, you know, that one that say, okay, I might give him a chance. What you gonna do? It's up to you. I leave that at that.
Listen, this
that dog will hunt.
That dog will hunt. Yes, it will. This has been rich, and we are coming. I think we have about less than 5 minutes left on the radio, and so 2 minutes left now. So, Mother Cobbs, if you could just give in a minute just some encouraging words to the listening audience, and then we'll pick up after we get off the radio, continue the show. But right now, for the listening audience that's on the radio, we have 2 minutes left. Can you just give them encouraging words in a minute? 60 seconds.
Well, you know, I sit and I think sometime about people, and I wonder, why are we so worried? But then I look at what's going on around us, and it's enough to worry us. But if you are in Christ Jesus, now is the time to put your hand in his and let him lead you. Because of the fact, God will not leave us alone. He promised never to leave us alone. So don't worry about what man can do to you, because God won't let it happen. He won't let it happen to his people. You are his people. And, you know, God loves us. He loves each and every one of us. All you have to do is just call on his name. If you don't even know him, just get to know him. Ask him to come into your heart. Ask him to take and you know, make him the God of your life, and see, won't your life be sweeter? You won't have a hatred and meanness in you. He will take it out, and the word will keep you. Read your Bible. Find a Bible. Get a Bible. If you don't have one, call me. I have a whole bunch of them. I have a library full of Bibles. Call me. I'll give you a Bible. And I won't even ask you for a dime. Because, you know, people sell Bibles. And so,
yes,
but God is good, and I would encourage people to take and stay with the Lord. Hang in there, and don't be afraid. Have faith in God. Things will work out. That's it, Pastor.
Thank you. Well said. Got about 35 seconds left. Kurt, anything you want to say?
It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much, Mother Cobbs. Again, happy birthday. God bless you. To the Cobb daughters, again, God bless you. Bishop Cobb, take care of yourself.
All right, we go sign off the
All
radio.
right, thank you.
To our listening audience, we're not finished with the show, but we gonna go off the radio. Thank you, and listen, thank you for your time, and hope you had a good time, and we hope you'll catch us next time. The One More Time broadcast brought by you at Harmony Church, 4113 Telegraph Avenue. Jose, take us out.
Thank you, Pastor Perkins.
Don't go nowhere.
Baptist Church, located at 4113 Telegraph Avenue in Oakland.
All right. That was. Are you okay? You feeling okay? You good? Good?
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Yeah, you. You
I
good?
feel great.
Good, because I ain't concerned about everybody else. We lost one person. Don't know where she went, but it wasn't 7 o'clock yet. She said she was leaving at 7, but it's okay though. We still got the doctor on.
Later.
Bye.
But thank you so much, Liz, for chiming in with us, and we continue to talk. We continue the conversation, and we take questions and comments from the listening audience on we call it the after show, Perks Feeble Thoughts, and I want to have a little bit more discussion. Again, we want to say happy birthday to you, and that's what we want to do. Pretty much this time we have left is just celebrate Lady Cobbs. That's what we want to do. We want to celebrate you. Yeah.
1 second.
Yeah.
Go check my oven.
Check your oven.
God.
So to our listening audience, let me just write a note real quick to them. They do be listening, and we're grateful for them. We was hoping that guest would have came, but I guess due to immobileness and not able to get around quick, our guest will come on another day.
Well, yeah. Yeah, the guest will come on another day. What if I was just thinking about when she was talking about the test. How many of us would pass that test?
That preamble test, the Constitution?
Yeah.
They have we the people of the United States, in order to perform more perfect union, establish justice. That one.
Yeah, that would be we'll be in trouble.
I'm looking at it right now.
we'll be.
I used to
Let me
know
go get my passport. It's on the passport.
We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America.
United States of America.
Yeah, the interesting part, what I gathered from what you shared, Lady Cobbs, is that they've been trying to do whatever they could to stop us from voting for a very long time. I mean, and it hasn't stopped. I mean, and I think that's the rich part of you sharing what you have experienced, not off what you read, not off what you heard somebody else say, but what you experienced yourself, that we would think that we've made some progress, we're doing better. But I mean, does it feel like sometimes you spent around 3 times in a circle and made no progress based upon some of the things that you see that are currently happening right now? Like, is it a repeat sometimes of some of the things? Instead of it, I guess the only difference now is that a lot of things is on television and you can see it on TV. Would you agree to that?
It's not that. It's that it's more violent now.
Mm-hmm.
The people have gotten fed up. The youngsters are not taking what the older people took.
Mm-hmm.
The older people were more refrained. They were more subtle. They didn't, like the preachers, they would march and everything, and they go up to the city hall, and they would take and they would beat them. Reverend L. Davis and all of them, they would beat them you know, and put them in jail just for marching. They didn't fight. They didn't do anything. They just sang hymns and marched. And they would just beat you, you know. And we were in we were in the marching too, and they told us if you have a temper, you could not march because of the fact you have to have be able to sustain your feelings. And sometimes that's hard to do, but you had to keep a closed mouth and just sing a hymn, just sing and keep on marching. And eventually they got tired of beating us, I guess, you know, and some of the white people did open up a way and everything. They just like now, you know, but it's more militant now because we had Ku Klux Klans then, and you know, we don't have all of these different um, race things going on.
Right.
You have the Ku Klux Klans, you have the skinheads, or whatever you want to call them, and then you have white supremacy. You have, you know, the Nazis.
Right.
We didn't have all of that. We had it, but it might have been hidden.
Mm-hmm.
You know, only ones was out was the Ku Klux Klans, and you know where they were. So, you know, we knew not to go around where they were because you'd be hung.
Right.
And that's the way it was.
Were they at
But
church?
now these youngsters are not taking that stuff. And it's not our people so much that are fighting. I look at the TV, you watch the TV.
You're right.
You look at the colors of the skin that's fighting and creating the problem and breaking in buildings and things. It's not the Black Lives Matter. Mm-mm. After it's over with, then you got some of them looting maybe, but you don't have, you know, they're not doing that. I mean, I'm old now, so they can do what they want to do with me. You know, it's okay. But the thing is, what I'm saying is we need to encourage our young people to be calm, more calm. The militant don't work because all they want them to do is that so they can shoot them, so they can kill them, so they can take and stop them from voting. If you have a record, you can't vote, right? Am I right about that?
Right.
If you have a prison record or jail record, you can a felony.
Right.
You can't vote, can you?
No.
So if you're doing something against the government, you're not going to be able to vote. That's cross on you.
Yeah, I don't know if
So
no, it's the measure on the ballot now that's trying to that people who have did all their time would have a chance to vote. So that is on the ballot right now. I mean, sometimes we look at the ballot as president, but the things that affect us are our local. Well, our local government, because and the measures, you got to really, you can't vote yes on every measure. You got to read them and know what you're voting on, because a lot of that will increase taxes, increase tolls, increase just a lot of stuff. You just got to really make sure that you read
them.
I want to,
and know what the measures are. You have to read them.
Absolutely. I want to kind of take a turn real quick. For those that are watching, I think I would be remiss not to ask this question. Whatever I do on this show, I don't do off my own. Anything that has been successful, it definitely has been because of what has been, I guess, handed to me through the work of your late husband, Bishop Cobbs, Pastor Cobbs Sr. And, you know, this this broadcast only came because of the pandemic, if you will, this talk show, I'll say that, so that we can keep something going. But can you just kind of give, I guess, some history to how this broadcast started? What did he share with you what his vision was? Was it something that it was already at Harmony when he came to Harmony? Can you just kind of explain where it came from? Because I'm literally tonight riding on the wave of 30 something years of what the vision of your late husband had. And I'm sure he never thought that we would be in a pandemic and what he started would be, affecting people all across the world, the country, um, having a talk show. And I have to give credit to where credit is due. We wouldn't be a show if it wasn't for the Harmony Church and the late Pastor A.L. Cobb Sr. So can you just kind of give some history to where the thought came from, or what, I know he had to share it with you, the things that,
Well, he decided that when we went to, he was the pastor of First Corinthian Baptist Church.
Mhm.
And he said that God gave him a vision of being on the radio and to take and to invite others to come and unite with the church and to believe in God, to be saved. I'll say it just like it is, to be saved.
Mhm.
And so he started off with KDIA, I believe. Yeah, KDIA. And they had the radio, he had the radio organ, and Sister Ruth, and we had a youth choir, just a youth choir. And it was nothing but children, young people, and they would come on the broadcast singing, "We come this far by faith."
Wow.
So that's how it started.
Uh-huh.
And it continued where the church just grew and grew and grew. And then we had a TV station would come on. And yeah, so did that for a long time. I don't know, maybe the church changed hands or something during that time. But anyhow, he went from First Corinthian, then he was called to Harmony. When he was called to Harmony in 1979, the broadcast came over. We were on KDIA for a long period of time. Then we went to where we are now. When they changed hands, when they changed all of the just DJs.
Okay.
And they stopped having the DJs on it. So it changed hands. And so therefore we went to KEST.
Mhm.
Wait a minute. Which one, Yvonne? KEST or KDIA? Which one we are on now?
We're on KEST now. So we were on KDIA first.
KDIA. Okay.
We came on at what? Was it 8 or 9 o'clock?
I think it was 8.
Yeah, 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. We came on at 8 o'clock. Yeah, it was a lineup.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lineup because people would come from broadcast to broadcast.
Yes, they would.
After us was Reverend Anderson, St. John. So they would go to St. John after, and then the late night was
Evergreen.
Well, no.
Was it Evergreen?
No, the late night one was in West Oakland on 10th Street. It's not the church anymore.
Oakland on 10th Street.
Church. What's his name, Mom? Bishop. Oh my God.
Oakland on 10th Street.
King Narcissus. They would go. That was the late night church.
I'm sorry.
King Narcissus. Yeah.
You got a good memory, girl.
That's because we went from church to church. We didn't know nothing else but to go to church. So we went to church to church. After we got out of Harmony, we went to St. John. After we got out of St. John, we went to Ephesians, or we went to, we just went to church. That's all.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's how it got started. It was his vision, and he traveled all over. You know, he was evangelist at first. He traveled all over, and he brought a lot of stuff from different places, and he tried it. And whatever fitted at Harmony, he used, and what wouldn't work, he just threw it out. You know, he didn't do it. Right. So that's how Harmony got where it was, because he used ideas. And he was a sort of person that would glean from other people, whatever he didn't know. He kept smart. I'll say it just like it, he kept smart people around him.
That's a smart.
A lot of smart people. Mm-hmm. People with you know, degrees and everything. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That could tell him how to do something, and he wasn't a person that wouldn't accept. He'd accept what you have to say, but he'll sort it out if it's for him or not.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Where did the famous song "One More Time" come from? Where did that?
I can answer that.
Answer that?
Made it up.
Yeah. Are you serious?
He would make up songs at a blink of an eye, and then look at me and my brother, and if we didn't follow him right, he would start blinking. And so we learned that we learned to listen and follow really quickly. That's how I guess that's my ear is good, because I had to listen. If I didn't listen, I might get something thrown at me.
From him or your mother? Which one?
No, from the pulpit.
Because I'd sit there, if he sang something and I didn't know it, I'd look at him and I'd tell him, go for what you know. when my son played, you know, and I said, go for what you know. I mean, you sing a cappella, brother, you know, because I didn't want to mess his spirit up. You can mess people's spirit up like that playing the wrong notes.
Amen.
You know that?
Amen. Amen.
You can throw a person could be such an eloquent singer and sing real good, and here comes somebody trying to catch them in all kind of crazy ways, and don't know where they're going, and you can mess that person spirit up. You best leave them alone and let them go for what they know. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, that's from the old school, right? But I don't know about the young generation. You know.
All this young generation,
most of them can play. You know, they play something.
Yeah, they'll try to feel their way through, and have you trying to show them the song while they playing and mess the song all up. So you absolutely right. I think an experienced musician would just stop playing, and like you say, go for what you know. But
yeah, I mean, if I don't know the song, I just don't know it. You know,
yeah, and what he taught us is stop, listen, I'm giving it to you. Just listen, I'm giving it to you. Now you catch it. Mm-hmm. You got to stop and you have to listen. And if you don't,
you have to listen.
Turn around and say, would you stop singing, please? I got this.
Mm-hmm. Do you mind if I just play it?
And I mean, it's not.
Go ahead.
You were saying something?
No, go ahead. Say what you're saying.
Oh no, I was going to ask, would you mind if I played a little verse of One More Time so the listening audience can hear it? I do have it, and I want to do it with your permission.
It doesn't matter.
Okay,
I'm fine with, you know, I like music, so it doesn't matter to me.
Some people don't know that he can flat out sing, you know.
One more time.
You know.
Can you hear that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we hear it.
Good.
Listen, looking back
Yeah.
over my life, how good and kind the Lord has been to me. Say I'm glad just to be in God's will. One more, yes, my Lord. Listen, too many dangers, toys and snares.
Is that you on the piano?
I have already.
I don't know. I play piano and organ, so I don't know which one I was on.
One more, yes, my Lord. And another thing, grace on me, save this one. God's grace, sure gonna see me through. Yeah, I'm glad just to be in God's service. One more, yes, my Lord. Listen, if my mother was here tonight, these are the words, no doubt she would say. Yeah, I'm glad be in God, sir. One more, yes, my Lord. Listen, too many dangers, toys in the snare. I have already come. Thank God I'm glad to be in God's service. One more, yes, my Lord. Listen, grace brought me safe this far. God's grace sure gonna see me through. Yeah, I'm glad be in God's service. One more, yes, my Lord. Oh, one more time.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's
what
kind of playing. No,
I
I
That
must
was
be
tight.
playing
That was
piano.
tight.
say again.
I
No,
think it
I
was,
could tell the chords.
was that you or Sister Banks?
Sister
I
Banks.
don't,
I think it was Sister Sue Banks. You were on the keyboard, I believe.
keyboard. I was on the keyboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know after a while I didn't play the organ because of arthritis,
Mm-hmm.
and I think Pastor Bullen played.
That was
Pastor Errol Bullen.
that was Bishop playing. That was Bishop Cobbs playing the organ. Sister Banks was on the piano. You were on the keyboard, and Davon was on the drums.
Okay, so that's way back. Yeah,
That's way back.
Davon, that's your son? That's your son, grandson?
My
Okay.
son.
son.
My son. Yeah,
Wow.
he was a drummer from the age of 2. He was our drummer from the age of 2.
Yeah, I remember he used to always be in a suit. He was always clean in the suit. I remember that. I remember when I didn't have a lot of bump ins with the late Bishop, but I remember Pleasant Grove used to fellowship with Mount Carmel, and we used to be there the Sunday that y'all would come for the late Rideau's anniversary. And I think I always recall that whenever we went to Mount Carmel for Rideau, pastor there, and he would preach, and y'all would leave quickly.
For broadcast.
We had to for broadcast. Yeah.
We'll leave quickly.
But it was understood, it was understood.
Right. That people will allow you to leave. But when y'all left, the whole church was empty. That's what
we had no choice,
But everybody,
they didn't wait on us to come on later. You had to come on 6 o'clock.
Right. And what always amazed me was nobody left until Rev, I guess, got up and did like that, or said, let's go or something, then that's where everybody would get up
Yeah, he let you know it was time. Yeah.
to go. And everybody would walk out.
Yeah.
Like, man, that's
Yeah, but we've had you know, a lot of cooperation with the choir and everything. We've always had you know, people that cooperated in the choir to work together.
good.
Because sometimes rehearsals stayed long, you know, and
What's
few of them would complain, but they still stayed, you know.
What's long? What's long?
3 hours.
3 hours? Well,
sometimes longer than that.
didn't he have a
It depends what we're doing. Huh?
Didn't he have a special choir named after him?
AL Cobb Specials.
Yeah. But see, they had the gospel choir, the AL Cobb Specials, and they had the youth choir.
And the male chorus.
Well, yeah, the male chorus, yeah.
Yeah, the male chorus, they had them yellow coats, right, or something? At one time.
A whole bunch of different colors.
Yeah, they was bad though. I they was off the chain. Now you probably can answer this question. Did he used to sing with the Soul Stirrers? Because I remember they came to town one time, and if I'm not mistaken,
they all were friends.
Yeah, he led a song with them.
They're all friends.
They were all friends. Okay. Yeah. That
they were all friends.
He sung with the Southern Bells.
Yeah, and he did sing with them. You know,
Cook's part.
YouTube.
He sang with quite a few.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it was a
all around guy.
Smooth guy at that, and very dressed well. That's one encounter. The first time I ever met him, I don't know if you remember this, Mother. He used to get his suits cut by a place called Fitwell, Mr. Nick, and I had started getting my suits cut with him, and he would come. The tailor.
Oh yeah, I saw you at Fitwell.
That's where that's where that was my first time ever meeting you and him. We were in there one day getting some suits made, and I didn't know how to act. I was like, it's AL Cobb. I felt like
I remember, but see, I usually, when I'm gonna tell you, I'm a little different than average pastor's wife. When men are together, I don't hang around. I go do something else. I don't stand, into the conversation. I never have. So I let the men do, hey, and if you notice, I went on to look at material and stuff.
You did.
But, I was checking things out. I never hang around where a bunch of pastors are, because they may want to talk about something. And here I am, I'm stopping the progress, And I mean, it's good to have your wife with you. And people know I was his wife. So ain't no problem with me. I had no problem. I'm not, I never was the jealous type. So, I mean, because I knew he was coming home. So I had no problem. I never tried to keep up with him either, because that's not love. You trust people who you love.
Oh, that's it. That's right.
And then some other comments. What advice did you have for first ladies today? What would you say to them, as they try to move towards ministry with their husbands?
Well, I believe that they should have conversation with their husband and talk to him. Find out what his problem is, because most pastors have problems, and the problems are not them, the first ladies, it's the people. And if they can confide in their wife certain things, she can encourage him and, to uplift him and tell him, man, you can handle that. And with God's help, any problem you got, you can handle, because God is going to show you the way. And it's up to a woman to talk to her husband, not at him. I tell any first lady, talk to your husband, not at him. Don't say you did such and such a thing. Just because you feel such and such a way, don't say you did it. Say, I feel like such and such a thing is going on. And then you have conversation. Don't ever talk to him when you're angry. That's the worst time to talk to somebody, when you're angry.
Wow.
You got to take and make room. Leave the room for a while. Calm yourself down and say, I'd like to talk to you about something. And have conversation. Talk to each other, not at each other. That's what I would tell first lady. Listen to what your husband have to say. You don't have to agree with everything he say, but listen. And then you come to an agreement. You know, but like I say, I'm from the old school.
Yes, ma'am.
And I don't believe in arguing. They tell me I'm crazy, but I'm not.
No, you're good. You're a peacemaker. You're a peacemaker.
You know, but I'm me, and I'm what shall I say? Positive. So if my husband said something I did not like, or whatever, I would stop him right then and there and say, what did you say? And he started backing up a little bit. I said, no, you got to explain that to me. Because I'm from New Orleans and they think all New Orleans women is crazy. But we're not crazy. We just don't take stuff.
All right.
That's all to it. You can't talk to us any kind of way. You can't treat us any kind of way. You know, but I'm just saying, I tell the ladies, the first ladies, be your husband's friend. Be a friend to him. Pastors don't have many friends.
That's true.
And those that say they are friends are not friends.
That's true too.
And you can't confide in everybody.
Oh, you can't.
So if you have a friend, a lady friend, or a lady or whatever that you can talk to and confide in, that's a good thing. But you need somebody to talk to. And that's what pastors need, a wife that will listen and talk to him.
Wow.
And not at him.
That's rich.
That's
Thank you so much. Listen in, ladies. Listen in.
Listen in. Now, what's interesting is that
I didn't tell him to be no Matt now. I didn't tell him to be no Matt. And I didn't tell him to be no punching bag.
All right.
Oh, don't be that.
Right.
Okay. God give you common sense.
Right.
He tells you how to handle your wife, and he tells the wife how to handle the husband. So you listen to what God say, and you'll make it. You know, that goes for anybody. Follow the word.
That's what's going on. I love it. I love it.
What a lot of people don't know also, I don't know, but I know one Sunday we were in church, and it was a high time in church, and Pastor Robinson, Lady Cobbs got a beautiful voice. She started singing over there on that piano, man. Let me tell you, the church went up a little bit higher, and I had no idea that Lady Cobbs over there playing the piano with her hat on. I think if she would have sang one more note, that would have came off, boy.
Wait a minute. Laugh. My daughter Yvonne told me, Mama, you're going to be on the Zoom tonight. Don't wear a hat. Now, I'm in my house. What am I wear a hat for? I don't need to cover my head in my hat in the house. In God's house, I might cover it, but not here.
Not there, huh?
And she had to tell me, don't wear a hat.
Yeah.
That's how that's the relationship I have with my children.
That's good.
I have them to wear. They know I'm mama, but I listen to what they say. If I don't like it, I tell them I don't like it, but I still hear what they have to say.
Right.
And if they're wrong, you know, but at least they care.
Right.
I'll say it like that.
Right.
If you don't care nothing about your parents, you're not going to say anything.
Wow.
And what they tell me is true. So I know for myself it's true. And so I work on me every day to be a little bit better than I was yesterday. And I fly off the handle at them or something and tell them I'm the mama. They know I'm the mama.
Now, let me ask this, and then I'll be.
Got that, Yvonne?
She be the boss.
Yvonne tells me like it is.
She tell you like it is.
She's medical, and she tells me like it is. She said, "Well, Mama, if you don't do such a thing, you just die." So what?
Well, I love that bedside manner, Doc.
You just die.
So she tell me like it is, you know. So I better do it or die. But that's life, you know. I listen to them.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, they have a lot to say.
What is one of your greatest memories from the Harmony Church? If you had to pick maybe 2 or 3 great memories, what would you say they were? You've been ministering at this church for a long time. If you've seen it at its pinnacle, its peak, and you've seen it when your husband first got there, when it was only 25 members or less, and how it grew, went to a peak, and now it's gone through some ups and downs. But thank God we still there in spite of. But what is one of your, maybe 1 or 2 of your great memories of the Harmony Church that just flashes to you?
You know, I've had so many until it's hard to pick out 1 or 2 or 3, because Harmony has been kind to me.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
You know, Harmony has been really kind to me. And those that wasn't, I prayed for them and God moved them.
My.
I couldn't tell him how to do it, but God moved them. And so therefore, God have a way of doing things. And I just don't pay people too much attention, because sometimes they really don't mean, you know, what they're doing, and they have to lurch out at somebody or say something wrong. And some people speak before they think. So I don't wear my feelings on my sleeves, you know. So I've had a lot of good times at Harmony. My best times were with children, working with young people. That was my best time, with the Voices of Faith, because I could see my what I had put in it.
You saw your labor.
See it come out.
You saw your labor. Yeah, you saw the fruit.
Huh?
The fruit of your labor.
Because when I turned the Voices of Faith over, Yvonne took it up, and my son, he started playing, you know, and I wasn't gonna play anymore because I had an automobile accident, and my husband and my son bought a keyboard and told me, just play the keyboard, hit it with 1 note. And you know, I went on and played it. I wound up playing the organ, and he put that big chair there so I could sit in it.
That's why that chair.
Because I had a bad accident. And I couldn't sit on the organ seat so long. But everybody wanted to sit in it, so let them sit in it. I didn't like to sit up front. So, I mean, you know, but the thing is that I enjoyed the young folk coming to Christ, the young folk being slain in the spirit, the young folk dancing and rejoicing in God. That gave me joy, real joy. And to see them, I mean, the older people, you know, it was okay, But Harmony has always treated me, very good. And those that didn't, I didn't worry about it. So, I mean, because everybody's not gonna like you, Reverend.
Amen.
I learned that early in life,
Mhm.
And so my dad had a grocery store, so I understood people. And he said the customer always right. It wasn't always right,
Wasn't always right.
but we had to give over to them being right.
Right.
But God have a way of keeping his people strong. Prayer, read your word, more prayer. That'll keep you strong. Don't slack on your prayer life, because that's when the old devil comes in. But keep praying. And I mean, pray from your heart, not just words. Mean what you're saying to God. And keep your word to him as much as you can. If you make a promise, keep that promise. And so, I made a promise to God, and I just can't. COVID stopped me, but he hasn't really stopped me because I have a piano and I still play.
Right.
I sing too here. I get in the backyard and sing. My neighbors hear me. I got all kind of neighbors, but they hear me.
You have
the dogs be enjoying it.
The dog.
Huh? Coco, and she dances around for me, And she even have a few little steps, Come on, Coco. We're going to praise God today.
Right. Right. Whatever.
And the other dog, she look at it and say, and just lay back down.
Personality, for sure.
Yeah. But I'm just saying that you have to have a sense of humor. No sense of humor, you're sourpuss.
Right.
No sense of humor, you're always frowned up.
That's
you
not
have
good.
to have a sense of humor. People are funny. They are.
Yeah.
And because look at yourself. I'm funny. I know I am. I laugh at my own self sometimes. I look in the mirror and I start laughing. I say, what you laughing at? You got to have a sense of humor.
You feel good about yourself.
Does your daughter, Dr. Cobbs, have a sense of humor? She always so serious.
Yvonne, you answer that.
I'm serious around certain people. I'm serious when I need to be serious, but those who are close to me, they know I'm a nut.
Oh.
Yeah, those are.
That's the way he was.
Those who are close to me, yeah. There's a way that I was taught is when I'm around, like the church folks or whatever, or we were taught we had to restrain from everything, because people would, they would pick on the preacher's kids. So I was just kind of like, I wouldn't say, they would say bad things about us. They would say, they would just say things. And so I just learned kind of when I'm at church, I go to church and you can see, you know this, I communicate with some, I might laugh with some, but I have that straight poker face. And I'm like, okay, it's time to go. But those who I work close with in the music industry and, that I can kind of trust a little bit, not saying I can't trust church folks, but they know that we can joke around. We joke around about different things. One of my joking buddies is Vanessa Murphy. We can look at each other, or Robin Hodge Williams. We can look at each other and we know something is, and some of the choir, young people that were in the choir, we can just look at each other and have that eye contact and try not to bust out laughing. And, but pretty much I was I just learned how to contain it. And even with my profession, I can't be buddy because I'm in supervisor mode all the time and management. But to those who really know me, that's in the circle, they know I laugh, I have fun, and other stuff. So hopefully that answers your
Yeah.
question.
No, he said about your daddy.
Others.
Was your daddy serious all the time?
I thought you said
You know what?
all the time. Did you say was serious on my daddy?
Oh,
But
Oh yeah, he was serious all the time. But he would, when we had our family gathering, this is one of the things he would do. He would go in the back, and my uncles would bring their girlfriends or whatever, and they, for the first time, and he would say that he's the cousin from, he's the other brother that they keep in the back of the house. And so he would come with his clothes backwards, his glasses like this, and be talking and just crazy. And we would be just laughing and cracking up, and the other people, they would be like, oh my God, can you put him back in the
wow.
Yeah, but he used to do things like that.
Yeah, the good sense of humor. Mm-hmm.
Good sense of humor, huh?
Yeah.
I guess we.
But he was stern.
He
was stern, very stern. You know, Yvonne never got a whipping on one.
Really?
Huh? No, you didn't even get a whipping. He slapped you on your butt. She bit him, and he did it out of instinct and slapped her when she was about 1 or 2, something like that.
What about
That's
Elizabeth?
the only lick she ever got.
Elizabeth stayed in trouble?
No, that was
Liz never got. That was his girl.
That was daddy's baby.
He is his baby.
Yeah, that was the baby.
Wow.
Yeah, she tell on all of them.
Yeah, she was, yeah.
Yeah.
Smart kid.
But when they left her home, she learned not to tell as much.
Oh, okay.
But he was very stern though. He was stern with them. He meant what he said, and you know, if he told you not to do it, he meant don't do it, or you got it.
I want to.
They really, you know.
I want to play a clip, if I can, of him singing an old prayer hymn. And this, I think this, if I'm not mistaken, was in San Francisco at the First Union Church. And it's a song I guess he sang before he preached, called "Prayer Makes Me Strong." Are you familiar with that?
When I am weak.
Yeah. Let me.
Yeah, it keeps me marching on.
Yeah, I want to play that for us.
You play all of them. I mean, it doesn't bother me none. Because, you know, like some people just boo-hoo or whatever. I did my crying. I might have my moments, but I'm fine.
It's a gifted man, definitely gifted. They say he had the oil.
Just stand in the sanctuary and join in with me, if you will. Prayer make me strong when I am weak.
Watkins, man.
Yeah, gentle. Man, that's one of my favorites right there.
You know, Pastor Perkins,
Yeah.
one, do you know that song that he was singing? He was sick.
Right there?
Yes, he was sick. He was
Very sick.
he was very, very
That
sick.
was 2012.
2012. Was he on dialysis, Mom? Then?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
no.
His kidneys were failing then.
Yeah.
Because I could tell he was smaller. His kidneys were failing. He was really, really sick, about to go on dialysis. Yeah. And he would sing that song to give him strength to keep on going.
Right.
It got so bad where he was preaching from a stool behind the pulpit.
Are you serious?
And he would preach from that stool just as hard as standing up before he started dialysis.
Wow.
Right before that, he had an operation for his intestinal block.
Really?
Remember they?
Yeah.
And then he preached when he came out the hospital.
Yeah.
Couldn't
So
stop
what I
him.
would do, I was his nurse. I would, before he would preach, I'll go in, I would take his blood pressure. I would make sure he's okay. He preach. After he preached, I'll take his blood pressure. I'll take his blood sugar, make sure he was okay. If he needed some dressing changes, I would do that in the office. I was doing all that where people didn't even know.
Wow.
But and when he would go out of town, I would escort him on some of his trips if my brother didn't do it, and I would make sure he ate right. He that his blood sugar and his blood pressure was good, that he could preach and do what he had to do. And then afterwards, I would make sure, and I had a little bag that I would carry. So afterwards, he would drink this, and after he would have this bag. So yeah, he was very sick on that.
Well, let me, we played him singing. I wouldn't be right if I didn't at least play a piece of him preaching, because I love to hear the man preach. Let me find another one. I got another one I like to hear him. I have my moments where I just want to hear him preach. Y'all did make a CD of him, didn't you?
It's called Can You Hear Me Now? It'll be on CD Baby and all the digital platforms in, I think, another week. I'm there for it. So those to hear it.
Oh, God, yet and still there will go no down, counting his unholy. That was going contrary to the will of my Father. That was going around doing a little of this and doing a little of that. If you allow me to repeat myself again, the writer said I need to talk to you, fellow, because you see, God has been mighty good to you. God has been mighty kind to you. I need to tell somebody, whether you stop to realize it or not, but God has been good to all of us. And whether you know it or not, God is good right now. God is good not sometimes, but God is good all the time. And all the time,
yes, sir, Reverend.
our God is good. I tell you why he's good, because there's no other way that he can be but being good. Somebody said good. Say it one more time.
Good.
If you know he's good, turn around and look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, the God I serve, he's a good God. What makes him good? Because he's good, not sometimes. God is never straight. That's why I serve him, because he's good. He's able to lift me on my foot. He's able to lift me on my foot and failure. And God good. Yes, my Lord. And so, brother and sister, oh, I want to tell somebody that the God we serve is a mystery father. Come here, John, and talk to your heart. I heard John say, I saw a new heaven. John said, I also I saw a new earth. For the last heaven and the first earth was passed away. And there was no more sin. Talk to me, John. Ain't that all right? Anybody can know that the God we serve, that he's good. In the morning, he's still good. Late at night, the God you and I serve, he's a good God. Talk to me again, John. John said, not only did I see a new heaven, but I saw a new earth. Let me back this a while. Sing to God today. We got to have a brand new heaven.
Now, I'm done after this. Was he left-handed?
No,
He wasn't.
yeah.
He was right-handed.
Right-handed.
His right hand.
Amazing, because normally we hold the mic with our strong hand, but he held it in his left hand.
He could use either.
He
He
was
could use either.
Oh, he was ambidextrous.
Ambidextrous.
Yeah. And I listen.
You know, if this one get tired, you
Man,
gotta hold it with this
Hey
one.
man, everybody like lighting up. He got Brookie Nelson.
Listen, the
It's
comments are
Sacramento.
crazy. They going crazy. They going crazy. Well, listen,
Yeah.
I want to say, Lady Cobbs, I hope you had a great birthday. You have blessed us with your presence tonight by allowing us to share your birthday with you for the past 2 hours, if you can believe that.
Well, you bless me, so I'm blessed by just having having you in front of me, both all everybody zoomed,
God bless you.
and
Zoom too.
it wasn't all, but it was so many of them, But I thank God for it. So
yeah, and I wish
yeah, they hooked me up. It really hooked me up.
God's blessings continue to be upon you. It is a joy, I will say this, to be able to have the privilege to be your pastor at this present moment. And I'm grateful to have you as a member of our church. And as I said, you are the fragrance of our church. And as long as I'm there, we'll always hold you in that respect for the woman you are and the woman you continue to be.
Thank you for the beautiful words. Thank you.
So I thank God for you. You, Dr. Cobbs, thank God for you and for your rebellious baby sister. We thank God for her too.
So remember, I put Can You Hear Me Now? Digital platform. So
Okay.
if one more time, if they want to hear prayer, if they want to hear a sermon, as soon as it releases, I'll put it out and let everybody know.
Let me know so I can push it. I'll push it from the show, and we'll make sure that everybody gets that information, because he definitely still should be heard. I know he used to have a revival, and I'll be done because I can talk about him. It's amazing. I know so much about him, but I never really had the opportunity to really build a relationship with him. But he used to have a guy from Chicago come that had one arm that would.
Reverend McCullen, Pastor McCullen.
Yeah, McCullen, and man,
Pastor Mac McCullen, Chicago.
And preaching machine, and You know, those were some good days.
Mac McCullum from Chicago.
Yeah, from Chicago, the one when they called him the one arm
Yeah.
bandit. He
Bandit.
he had a broadcast in Chicago too. And a couple years ago, they finally signed off, and he retired from their Chicago broadcast. I remember.
I think he retired.
Yeah,
I believe he retired.
yeah, he did. My good friend, Pastor Marvin Wiley, used to preach with him in Chicago. Had a big bowl too every year, you know, for New Year's. And that now I said I was gonna be done, but what was that like? And I'll be done. What was that like hosting that New Year's Eve bowl? How many years did y'all do that?
Oh God. When Reverend Williams died of Bethany Baptist Church,
MJ.
when he died,
Okay.
we took it over.
Okay.
And so they had it at Harmony. And when my husband passed, Pastor Bonds took it over.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
So he passed in 2011, right, Vaughn? My dates are not good.
No.
I think that's right. Somewhere around there, 2011.
But
2011.
April 2011.
He asked what kind of what it was all day, evening, because in the other room we had production where she would my mom would be running off tapes and everybody in every auxiliary, everybody would work. And we would be running tapes and CDs back and forth to the front from the classrooms. We worked. It was a lot. The older people opposed the pastors.
It was a New Year's Day that
they were up in the kitchen. Some of them cooking. They were cooking. Remember?
Yeah, that's right.
So they had a whole day thing going, and they cooked. You know, you could have your food as go up and eat and come back down and enjoy the service, you know, and intermission they give you. Wow. So, you know, it was taxing, I'll say it like that. For me, it was rough on me.
It was work.
Wait for New Year's Day to be over with.
Work,
but
man.
It
work.
was rough on me because I was doing all of the tapes and labeling them and having them to go out, you know, tapes and CDs, huh, Vaughn? CDs.
Yeah.
We had both. And then I was running the machines and all, and, you know, it kind of was... It was a job, I'll tell you that, because people wanted the tape. I want this, I want that. You know how people are. They can't wait.
What time would it end? I know you started in the morning, but it was an all-day thing.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock at night?
10
all
o'clock.
day. You been, right?
I mean, I didn't go to one.
No, man, look, no, it's all day, man. It's all day. All day. It started about 10 o'clock in the morning. And then maybe like around what time about mother? About 6 o'clock at night.
About 6:30.
All day,
6:30 out.
All day.
All day,
yeah, and you're doing tapes all day because they have all these preachers preaching.
Right.
And you have a tape for each one of them, and then as soon as they finish, they want tapes. They want tapes. So you're running off 3 and 4 machines at one time, you know. And that's why I don't fool with machines now too much. they laugh at me, but after
machine fatigue.
You know, my husband passed, I didn't have to do so many things. So
machine fatigue. I hear you, mother.
Yeah, you put your work.
They you know, you gotta label them right. You got to make sure they sound good,
right,
before you send them out. You know, and it was. And I had a lot of help because the kids would help me, you know. They would take them out, run them out, you know. But the thing was to make sure the tapes were good.
Right.
Because they'd come back, you know. This tape no good.
Right.
You know.
Lose all of that.
Yeah, I know what that's like.
Yeah, but, you know, I just got rid of boxes of them. Boxes of those tapes. I got rid of them. I had a truck to come and get them all.
And threw them away?
What am I do with them?
I'll tell you what you're gonna do with them, Mother Cobbs.
Nobody have a
device
recording
right here?
machine no more.
No,
Well, watch me now. Watch me. See this device right here? I could take this right here, stick it to my computer, and convert any cassette.
I didn't do away with the masters now.
Oh, thank
I did away with all them copies.
Well,
Lord, we need to have a prayer
didn't
meeting.
want their tapes. I didn't think so. Hey,
when the COVID is over, and when I ain't gotta wash myself off and all that stuff, I'll come over and get the mask.
We do the math. I don't know when this COVID gonna be over, Perk.
But
we're gonna have to be expeditious on this.
I had to come in a bubble wrap.
Right here.
Yeah, I even have the
bubble wrap.
Yeah, I have the tapes. I mean, I just don't have room for all of those different boxes. Wow. I still have probably tapes from way back when, but I couldn't reach them at the time. And the guys, I didn't want them to climb up in the shed and get it, because if they get hurt,
right,
they might sue me.
Albums. Harmony Missionary Baptist Church albums.
See, that's what need to be converted. We got to convert that.
I don't know how to convert wax. Had to figure that one out.
But they got it. Somebody can do it.
Gotta get a thing, a turntable, I guess.
Get a turntable.
What you do? You get a turntable and you play them and you record it on whatever you're going to record it on. It's like 3 machines in one.
Mm-hmm.
You can have the CDs.
The turntables at the top, and then it's a DVD at the bottom, or CD at the bottom.
Yeah, probably MP.
Amazon.
And then they have also they have tapes. Nobody's buying tapes too much. But they have the small what is that, Vaughn? The little cartridge. The little cartridge.
Yeah, I remember those little cartridges.
Little mini cassettes.
Yeah.
It comes in the camera. The camera takes the pictures.
Oh, video. And you put it in a You put
it in a machine and you record it on whatever you want to record it on. I just don't. I don't lost interest. When you do it so many years, you kind of.
I get it.
I'm old now.
Yeah.
Burnout. That's burnout.
Yeah.
Understand.
No, that's just experience, man. This is like it's somebody else's turn, right?
That's the way I feel about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Shoot.
I don't mind showing them what I know, but the things that I know is antique compared to what's going on now. Yvonne was showing me some things, and I mean, it's antique. You know what I know. And I said, I'm not willing to learn nothing else right now. I say right now.
Right now.
No telling what I might do. Yeah.
Right.
Do whatever you want to do. You've earned it.
Well, I pray you have a good rest of your evening, and I hope you've enjoyed your day. And
I have. Again.
Here it is, right here, Perk. It costs $59. It's on Amazon.
See, Kurt be finding everything quick, so he already found it.
Look at that. I'm about to get I'm for real. I'm about to get my grandmother's albums and break them out. I'm talking about the caravans. Come on now. What you know
about all of that?
Oh Lord, have mercy. All right. I see you messing me up, man.
All right. Well, y'all have a good evening. Have a good evening, Dr. Cobbs. Tell Bishop we missed him, and hopefully next time he'll join us. I know how it is getting rest.
Yeah, I know he's tired. Yeah.
So we understand.
Because when I talked to him today, I told him to go get some rest.
Yes, ma'am.
Amen. He listened to his mama. That's right. Listen to your mama, son. You live longer.
Good.
Yeah, he needed it.
Good. Amen.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, it's been a joy. It really has.
Yeah, it's been a real pleasure, Mother. I never talked to you this long before, and I hope that I'll never have to wait this long to talk to you like this again.
You see how kind of cookie I am, huh?
Oh yeah, I love it. I love it. It's like I'm good. I'm on the team, man. I'm on the team.
Fine to you, see.
I'm on the
To,
team.
to our listening audience, please don't forget, if you have not voted, did that yet, make sure you do that on Tuesday, please. Vote, 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 vote. And to you that just chimed in, if you didn't hear the story of Lady Cobb sharing, go back and watch the show and hear the rich wisdom she shared with us pertaining to voting and how important it is. Very important. A good message to listen to tonight as we walk into this election on November 3rd. So again, thank you for joining in the Perks with Thoughts, and thank you for your time. I hope you had a good time. We'll catch you next time. Right. Good night.
Okay.
Night.
Good night. Good night.
All right.
All right.